MAMDANI won the race in New York, and now people are talking about a mass exodus from the city of New York. My first concern is what's going to happen to the people in the red states if there's a big mass exodus. So people are talking about they're getting out of the city. People are concerned there's going to be a cutback in the police department. It's going to be an unsafe environment. I wish the people of New York the best. I don't understand their decision to elect this guy. Well, I kind of do, but ultimately it's their decision, and I hope they have. I hope this guy's able to do some of the stuff that he's claiming he's able to do. But politicians, they just say stuff. They just lie and make promises, and it doesn't really mean anything. They don't care about anybody but themselves. They'll just say whatever people want to hear. Oh yeah, free busing, rent control. It's affordability. They say what people want to hear. It's just it. Just like when Trump was talking about he's going to drain the swamp. Yeah, okay, that didn't happen. Obama's talking about hope and change. We didn't see any of that. This is just what politicians do. But anyway, what's going to be the aftermath of this? There's some posts on X talking about some police officers are going to retire in New York and actually head towards North Carolina and Tennessee and some red states. Here's the deal. If they go to those states, how are they going to police if they become police officers down there? Because they're used to being police officers in a blue state, in an anti-Second Amendment state, a state where people really don't have the right to bear arms. At least it's not respected. What happens when these officers get into a new environment and people are carrying guns everywhere? Will the Second Amendment be respected by these individuals going to the red states? I'm just wondering what's going to happen. That's definitely a concern that I have. So, and then these people leaving New York. Who's going to be leaving New York? Are these people going to be the same individuals going to vote for the same policies that left New York in the state that it's currently in? I mean, that's always a big concern. So, yeah, I hope the people stay in New York and fight for their city. I just don't want, if they go somewhere else, I hope they are able to be prepared to live a different lifestyle, take on a different philosophy than what was prevalent in New York City. Politics just seems pointless to me. I mean, we had Obama's so-called hope and change, which didn't provide any of either. Then, of course, we had Trump's I'm going to tear down the system, I'm going to drain the swamp rhetoric, and of course, that didn't happen. So it's just like, politics doesn't really have any real meaning. I mean, because it doesn't matter who gets elected. It's going to be the same swamp, the same people, same policies really running the show. They're not going to represent me, and it just seems irrelevant to me. So I want to talk a little bit more about guns and prepping, or whatever, even more about movies. Because the whole political system just seems it's not going to change. Doesn't matter who you vote for. Foreign policy definitely won't change. Presidents just seem unwilling or just unable to have any real impact, despite all the rhetoric. So when 2028 comes around, I just don't want to. I'm not going to be involved. I'm not going to be going to any rallies or anything. They're all full of it. They're all just full of it. Politicians only care about themselves. It's just that simple. So you can have whatever political beliefs you have, but on a federal level, you're not going to get any real representation. I definitely support the Second Amendment. I definitely want to support pro-Second Amendment candidates, but as a state level. But federally, none of these people care about me, or any of us for that matter. So, that's just the way it is. So those are my thoughts for today. I saw Predator Badlands last night, and that was actually pretty good. Okay, that movie takes place on a planet called Jenna, where this synthetic human is stuck. She's a part of this crew of synthetic humans to go after this super monster for mysterious reasons, and she gets ended up ripped in half, and she's stuck somewhere, and this predator ends up in her area, and he's in trouble because he's got to deal with some other creature on this planet. And she gives him some advice, and she convinces him to take her along his journey. Now, he's there because he wants to kill this super monster. he wants to bring honor to himself. He wants to prove himself. And his backstory is actually pretty good. I'm not going to get into that too much. It involves his family. But anyway, he decides to carry her. She's half torn. He carries her on his back. And they actually come across another creature, which, you know, the story fits really well. This is really good. This is great storytelling, actually. And you actually care about the predator as an actual being, an actual person. And I thought that Elle Fanning did a great job portraying, I think it's Thea, this character that the predator Deck links up with, and also another synthetic who is supposedly her sister, but has her own agenda. So I thought that was a pretty nice touch. Really good movie, definitely recommend it.